The concept of military power has evolved over centuries, but one constant remains true. The strongest armies are not just defined by the number of boots on the ground, but by the quality of their training, technology, and spending. In today's world, 5 militaries not only protect their nations, but shape global politics and peace. Let's break down the 5 strongest armies in the world, explore what makes them so formidable, and see just how much they spend to defend their dominance. Number 5, the United Kingdom. The British Army might not seem as massive in comparison to some global superpowers, but it more than makes up for its size with elite troops and cutting-edge technology. With a defense budget of approximately $68 billion in 2023, the UK is heavily focused on modernization. At the heart of its arsenal is the Royal Navy, home to aircraft carriers like the HMS Queen Elizabeth, which can carry F-35 fighter jets capable of vertical takeoff and landing. On land, the Challenger 2 tanks form the backbone of their armored divisions, while the SAS Special Air Service is regarded as one of the most skilled special forces units in the world. The UK also has a nuclear deterrent, with its Trident missile system housed in Vanguard-class submarines patrolling the oceans undetected. Despite its relatively smaller size, the UK remains a critical power player through its NATO alliances and innovations. Number 4. India. India's armed forces are not only one of the largest in the world with over 1.4 million active personnel, but they are also rapidly modernizing. With a budget of $76 billion, India is leveraging its geographical position and borders with rivals like China and Pakistan to bolster its defenses. The Indian armed forces rely on an increasingly diverse arsenal: the Tejas light combat aircraft, the INS Vikramaditya aircraft carrier, and several thousand T-90 tanks. On the nuclear front, India developed its strategic triad, meaning it can launch nuclear weapons by land, air, or sea. Its Agni missiles, with intercontinental ranges, give India significant deterrence capabilities. India is also pioneering its own military technology, balancing Russian imports like the S-400 missile defense system, while also investing in indigenous production. Number 3. Russia. When it comes to sheer firepower, Russia demands attention. Spending about $90 billion annually on its military, its influence stretches globally. Russia has over 1 million active personnel and boasts the largest stockpile of nuclear weapons in the world. A chilling statistic. Russia's military strength shines through its missile technology, including the hypersonic Avangard glide vehicle and the highly mobile Iskander systems. Its T-14 Armata tank is not only futuristic but also highlights their focus on next-gen warfare. In the air, fighter jets like the Su-57 ensure dominance. The Navy deploys formidable submarines and warships. Despite recent challenges, Russia's military strategy often emphasizes asymmetric warfare tactics and cyber operations to maintain its global influence. Number 2. China. With the largest standing army in the world, roughly 2 million active-duty personnel, China blends manpower with relentless technological advancement. Beijing allocates approximately $230 billion annually on its military, second only to the United States. China's arsenal focuses heavily on modernization, aiming to close the gap with NATO powers. The J-20 stealth fighter exemplifies its ambition to challenge U.S. air supremacy. Its hypersonic missile systems, such as the DF-ZF, are designed to target aircraft carriers and evade traditional defenses. The People's Liberation Army Navy is rapidly growing, with aircraft carriers like the Liaoning and Type 003 Fujian pushing China's presence further into the Pacific. Combined with cyber capabilities and anti-satellite weapons, China is positioning itself as a dominant force in the 21st century. Number 1, the United States. At the top of the list is a military powerhouse without rival, the United States. With an annual budget of over $800 billion, the U.S. spends more on defense than the next 10 countries combined. Its global network of bases ensures it can project power anywhere in the world at a moment's notice. The U.S. military is technologically unmatched. Its stealth bombers, like the B-2 Spirit and the upcoming B-21 Raider, allow it to strike deep into enemy territory undetected. The Navy is built around 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, more than the rest of the world combined, transporting F-35 fighters and other next-gen aircraft. Ground forces benefit from state-of-the-art weapons systems, and elite units like Delta Force and the Navy SEALs are the gold standard in special operations. The U.S. military stands as a testament to unmatched power and technological superiority. The U.S. military is technologically unmatched. Its stealth bombers, like the B-2 Spirit and the upcoming B-21 Raider, allow it to strike deep into enemy territory undetected. The Navy is built around 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, more than the rest of the world combined, transporting F-35 fighters and other next-gen aircraft. Ground forces benefit from state-of-the-art weapons systems, and elite units like Delta Force and the Navy SEALs are the gold standard in special operations. The U.S. also dominates in space and cyberspace, with its Space Force playing a growing role in ensuring technological superiority over rivals like China. Finally, its nuclear arsenal remains a key deterrence factor underpinned by ballistic missile submarines and intercontinental missiles. These 5 armies represent not just raw power, but also strategy and technological evolution. Their budgets remain staggering, their weapons groundbreaking, and their influence undeniable. But military power is always relative. It depends on geography, alliances, and global events. In the modern world, it's not just about firepower, but how that power is wielded. The question is, with alliances and rivalries constantly shifting, who will hold their dominance in the coming decades? Let us know your thoughts. Do you agree with this ranking? Or is there another military force you think deserves a spot? Comments below.